Hello and welcome everyone to Disco Elysium, the final cut. We are back here now on the rooftops as we try to sneak into the harbor. Last time we tried to take care of the curse in the industrial area, was that what it's named? But we weren't really able to conclude that. We missed a few checks and we'll definitely go back to that. But now it's time to somehow make our way into the harbor and potentially talk to Everard Clare. That has been a goal of ours for quite some time, so let's see if we can actually do that. How do I get there? Sometimes the pathing is a little bit tough. The way is going to collapse soon. Restoration pillars keep the ruins together. This postcard Grand Curon 37. This postcard depicts an ill-advised residential area overlooking the Jamrock Quarter. 30-story buildings line the hillside like sarcophagi. An ominous fog already rising from behind. These are the last boom years in 39. The project fails catastrophically, leaving behind an opiate and hepatitis B infested slum. Lovely. Now, I don't know how I get to this roof. Must be through the room where the lady resides in, but no clue yet as to how to get there. Health, that's good. Money. There. I'll get there.
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing here. When the wind ruffles the cloak, you can most definitely see a white rectangle on its back.
You son of a gun, it's a cop cloak.
Yes, it's probably yours.
Oh.
It bears the RCM insignia, and you have a habit of being careless with your equipment. You could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day.
Let's look around.
The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane towering in the distance over the container yard. The look in his eyes is a mix of the engineer-like interest and the wonder of a 6-year-old seeing a horse for the first time.
Oh. Motherfucker. Now that's a huge crane.
Yes, that's one way of putting it. It's certainly an impressive achievement of engineering. But I digress. We were focusing on your cloak here.
Looks at the sad piece of fabric flapping in the wind. What exactly are we doing up here?
I was under the assumption we could ask the leader of this union to help us get this body down. This is why we're here, right?
He doesn't wait for you to answer.
Or it could be that we are just exploring.
He looks around, wind rustling his hair.
He's thinking you've forgotten where you are again.
Huh. I mean, he's not wrong. I really think this cloak is mine. Should I go for it? Jump?
The cloak? I do think it's yours, yes. As to whether you should go for it?
He looks over the ledge at the cold pavement below.
Well, it doesn't seem too dangerous. 2 meter stops. Whenever you're ready to do it, I'll be right behind you.
17%. That's not great. That's not great at all. Let's drink a little bit of liquid courage, shall we? damages our morale by 1.
A tarpaulin cloak with possible RCM markings
That
is
didn't-
still caught on the railing.
Didn't even help. Oh. The damage, but we actually got healed from it. Oh.
Nope, no. That's still too high. What were you thinking? You're not a gymnast. You're a boxer. And you've climbed way too high up here.
Holy wow, that's high. Doesn't seem dangerous. The attempt must be crazy to suggest that. This is certain death. Vertigo pushes you over the edge. Right, I can't do it right now. I'll make the jump next
Sure.
time.
Just be careful, okay? Looks like you almost strained a muscle there.
Okay, I guess I can't do anything up here after all right now. That's too bad. Well, maybe we have to go then through the front entrance. Can I reach it from here? Oh. We'll just walk around. Okay. All those physical checks we're not good at. We definitely need to find out more about the 8th Hardy Boy. That is one of our main quests. We need to get the body down. Find out more about the lady driver and the drug ring. So plenty of stuff to do for us. Can't reach up there. Oh, what's going on here?
All around you, rain falls on the great city of Revachol. Rain drips from the eaves and floods the gutters, washing the filth away. The spring thaw must be here. The snow is melting.
What am I doing?
Looking up at the sky, cold water dripping from your hat.
What do I see?
Grey sky like great battleships, clouds colliding with one another. Rain falls down on the world.
How does it feel?
Humid. Your coat shields you from the rain while the city shivers around you.
What is in the west?
Sheets of rain over the water. A flight of stairs leading into the ocean. Wave after wave washing the coast of Martinaise, with its motorboats and gently swaying reeds. The ruins of a half-sunken sea fort crumble on an inlet beyond the Bay of Revachol. Ghosts rise into the sky.
Who are you, ghosts?
The skyscrapers of La Delta, the financial district. Faint golden light seeps from the office windows. Will you ever go there?
Will I?
No, you are just one of the hundreds of thousands who watch them rise across the bay from Martinaise every day.
What is down the shore?
Urban coastline, rain dripping off Eternite-covered roofs, cinder blocks left over from half-finished construction, a defunct research and development building, once seized by revolutionaries. An old wooden church stands on stilts above the water.
And beyond that?
Coal City, end of all lines.
Run your fingers through your dampened hair. What's in the east?
The great gates of the industrial harbor are locked. A chill runs down your back. You shudder like an animal trying to shake water from its hide.
Clench your teeth to stop shuddering.
Behind the gates, heaps of supply crates, red and blue metal shipping containers, slick with rain. The Greater Revachol Industrial Harbor is an artificial mountain range. Immense wealth resides within, and immeasurable poverty in its shadow.
And beyond that?
La Drusienne, King Dri's passenger harbor. Cruise ships flanked by dock arms. Cranes watching over the mouth of the river distributary.
What is across the distributary?
Curon, the lower middle class. Distributary after distributary cuts the city blocks in half. 7-story buildings trail off into the rain.
What is beyond Curon?
A silvery curtain of rain over the houses. The class divide. You have never been there. They don't need the law east of the river.
What's in the north?
Tower blocks crowd one another. 4.46mm bullets still lodged in their war-torn stone walls. Hallways collapse from the mortar hits of a war that was lost long ago. Clotheslines go to waste in the rain. Radios play. The news at noon.
And closer to here?
A yard. Rain falls onto the roof of a woodshed. Coal leaks into a puddle beneath a dead man's feet. He swings from a tree, bloated. Droplets of rain slip from his cold cheeks.
What's in the south?
A traffic jam. Rain thrumming on the roofs of motor vehicles. Inside, drivers watch water streaming down their windshields. The statue of a king shudders. He too is cold. The canal bridge has been raised.
What's on the other side?
The road ascends. A raised motorway loops above the ghetto. Beneath its concrete columns, a sea of rooftops, woodwork, and tar stretches northward. 4-story buildings as far as the rain can fall. The snows melt in Jamrock.
What is Jamrock?
Revachol is the capital of the world. Jamrock is the capital of Revachol. Droplets form on your eyelashes. It's home.
Where the hood at?
Have a brother in the cut. Where the hood at?
Why am I not there?
To be in Martinaise, where no one goes, at the runoff point of a long-forgotten canal, in the whitest part of town, in the shadow of the day the revolution failed.
What am I doing here?
Standing in the rain, looking north, where Jamrock Rock City stretches inland.
Shudder, look further.
In the rain-swept distance, above the rooftops of Jamrock, a repurposed silk mill stands perched above the motorway exit. Precinct 41 hunches in the rain. Your vision blurs. You wipe your face with your hand. The rain stings your eyes, making you look up and blink.
What's above?
Coalition aerostatics hang like apparitions under the cloud cover. Way up there, where rain forms, rotors flutter silently. Your sight clears.
Motherfucker.
This rain will not let up anytime soon. At least we are dressed for it. Let's keep moving.
Okay, we did level up. And we have a breakthrough here.
Jamais vu. Derealization.
Oh, that's maybe what it calls.
Jamais vu. The opposite of déjà vu. Not already seen, but never seen. Everything that should be familiar appears strange and new, like some half-forgotten day in your childhood. Only now. That's the feeling you've been having. And for who knows how long. You should go and ask Joyce Messier about this. What world are we in? This is a fundamental question.
Okay, plus 1 XP for every orb clicked. All intellect learning caps raised by 1. That's interesting. I could use one of my skill point to actually unlock or to actually internalize one of the other ones here. White Morning, Remote Viewers Division, or the Cold Mamadakwa. Eventually I definitely want to do the Cold Mamadakwa because I feel like it will feed into a quest. But I also am interested in the Remote Viewers Division. I think I will do that. Let's confirm. And then Remote Viewers Division. Okay. I could have leveled up the. I'm not even sure which skill I needed to jump over to my code, but I feel like we tried that. Let's see the other side, and maybe we'll come back to that. Okay. We talked to this guy, right?
Right to work.
Yep. Nothing new there.
Scab?
Oh, that is the Call Me Manana guy. We heard about it.
You're hazy on the notion of a scab. Smells like politics, though. Maybe it's got something to do with the flask he reaches for from time to time.
What exactly is a scab?
A kind of a worm, content with mere survival. They come, they want to do our job for shittier pay, screwing over both themselves and us. Everybody loses.
Hold on, where did they come from?
Beats me. Somewhere in the ground, I think.
Don't seem to like them much.
Gotta be bloody stupid or freaking evil to scab. Or I guess scared, maybe. But scared of what? Of who?
He looks at the bat, squinting his eyes as if trying to ascertain what they're scared of.
Personally, I'd rather beg than scab. If the gentleman shouting on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten something.
Have you tried talking to them?
We've explained the matters, but they don't listen. This lot would be reasonable and go home if the big guy wasn't riling them up all the time.
I'm not a scab, I'm a cop.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, "Let us cop for less money." Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the Wild North? Come to see the strife?
Lots of interesting questions here because we heard of him a few times. But let's start with the basics. I've come to Martinez to investigate a murder.
Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
That's okay. I have no idea what I'm doing either. I don't even know what day it is. Don't tell me. It's a better day that way.
I'm a bit short on money right now. Can you give me some of it?
Sure thing, my friend. I can help you out.
I mean, that's right.
The coin narrowly slips by your outstretched fingers and falls to the ground.
Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to throw it like that. It's a thing we harbor folk do, passing around cargo and such. Was not meant as provocation or ridicule.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi picks up the coin and hands it to you.
I almost had a heart attack.
I'm really sorry, friend. Fritz nearby. Get some Nosa fed. Good stuff. Helps against heart attacks, too.
Okay. Well, hey, you're the man in the boots at the gates. Kuno said you know about the armor.
The little boy had a good on his promise.
His promise?
To get me into trouble. To sick the pigs on me. Pardon the choice of words. Not mine.
What happened?
I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official Union probe,
Okay.
you know. Track it down, see who took it.
Did you?
At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know? So I went to this boy, He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere and the cops in his pocket and he's the king of Jamrock.
Sounds like Cuno.
Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. One bad move is all it takes.
So Cuno used us to what? Scare you?
It's a minor nuisance. It's all good.
He contemplates taking a swig from his flask.
He thinks, not yet. Better to get this business out of the way. Sweeter then.
The probe into the armor, what did you learn?
I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk union man about some armor.
Fair enough.
What else?
Not much. Technical stuff mostly. That was the interesting part.
What sort of technical stuff?
I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off.
How does it come off?
In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw. Too hard to remove. So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia.
Hold up. 4 pieces, helmet, cuirass, gauntlets, boots. What about leggings?
Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. Forget about them. I did.
I'm ambitious. I'm going to find all of it. All the pieces.
All of it? There are junior officers out there, eager to prove themselves. I would leave some for them, but okay. Let's find all of it.
It's implied he finds it unlikely that you will succeed in this.
You just wait, Kim.
A mesquite epic then, all across Martinez. I hope it will be a real bonanza for you.
Well, thank you for your cooperation, sir.
No problem. If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me the way.
He is sincerely grateful he is not tracking down pieces of armor right now.
Well, I'm looking for assistance with a dead body situation.
Body still hanging in the tree? Hey, that's a rough pickle. Can't help you with that, sorry. I'm not really an admirer of dead bodies. Might be someone else from the Union can render assistance.
Does this mean you can let me through the gate?
I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. The passage grants itself.
Okay.
Beneath the jolliness, he suddenly seems doubtful.
That's simple. I just walk in.
Aye. Walk right past Measurehead and go in.
Past Measurehead.
Yeah, the 2.5 meter tall Semini supremacist there. Walk right past him,
Oh. Right.
then press the button to unlock the door,
Mm-hmm.
then go past him again,
Okay.
and you enter the arbor through the office. Está.
For some reason it doesn't seem like it's going to be that easy.
Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. For example, you could best Measurehead in a physical confrontation, or you could convert to a Semini supremacist worldview, or maybe it actually is completely impossible.
Has anyone here ever bested him in physical confrontation?
Not yet, no. He's incredibly strong.
Nothing a couple of solid hooks from Dexter and Sinister won't fix.
Oh, I have my doubts there, physical instrument. Has any of the scabs tried converting to his worldview?
Jean-Luc himself would say the philosophy has proven overly heroic for the scabs to convert to. Not enough intuition.
Okay, got another thing.
Sure,
What's the strike about anyway?
you know, serious business. I'm sure the big boss will be glad to tell you. You'll have to ask him first.
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike. Return once you've met the Union boss and are on a better footing
Okay.
with the organization.
Well, thank you, Call Me Manana. That was quite nice. Press button behind the guard. Or to hermetically sealed door locked by electronic means. There's no lock picking or door kicking in this one. I really have to talk to this measure height guy. I feel like I have to quick save before that. I'll just walk past him. Or I talk to him.
Your body betrays your degeneracy.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
My body does not betray my degeneracy.
You have succumbed to Al-Ghul.
His face contorts in disgust, as if he were smelling a dead rat.
You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al-Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
Kim, is it really that bad?
It's not good.
Oh.
It's like a rat crawled into your stomach, got drunk and drowned.
Oh, wait, Al-Ghul?
Yes, Al-Ghul.
But what is Al-Ghul?
Al-Ghul is an ancient Ilmaran poison, a parasitic fungus that has colonized your race. It is a trick the desert pygmies played on you, for humiliating them and stripping them of their land.
This explains everything.
Servitude to Al-Ghul does not explain everything. There are other reasons for your race descent.
You're right, I'm a servant of Al-Ghul, but I still need that body down from that tree.
No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the ham sandwich race is waning.
Does this remind you of someone? The guy down there?
That bad racist over there. You're just him after pumping some iron.
Look at my craniology. I am the pinnacle of my haplogroup. The pink blob is a bad example, even of yours. It saddens me. You were once a noble and powerful race. You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft.
Well, I mean, not all of them are great.
You dominated lesser cultures,
Also not
like
great.
the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Quakos. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture. You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
There is a
Totally.
button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor. This man is not budging. Let's hope his superiors inside are more cooperative.
Push him out of the way. I doubt it. Come on, I just need you to move about 20 centimeters back.
It is my task to keep the degenerate drunks from entering the army.
You're right about all of this. Now, I need you to help me get that corpse down from the tree.
Enough with this begging. You should leave the stage of history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great world war.
Yeah, and no.
Bring your troops to the Seminine Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum for you. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al-Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality you call art, and your microcephalic skulls.
There may be a peaceful solution to this. You could internalize Meshahed's race theory. He would take you as one of his own.
Wouldn't that mean I have to become a 70s supremacist myself?
Well, yes. Why? Don't you want to be a Seminese supremacist? So what if you're not Seminese? You can be anything.
I don't know. So, you serve the Union, don't you? Aren't they white?
Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that.
Turns his eyes towards the harbor, seemingly bored with you. Yeah, but you still serve them. How does that factor into your life?
Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront polycultural capital, something your race, naivistic communists, never did. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic.
Communism is pretty cool.
Idiotic communism is the single greatest contributor to your race descent. Everywhere around you, the fruits of its failure to challenge the world order. Individualism, rock and roll music, sexually transmitted diseases. Above all, rampant multinational finance still reigning large. Tell me, where have you gotten your love of pathetic communism from? Degenerate youth culture? Rock and roll music?
It's true, I'm a rock and roll star and a rebel.
Rock and roll is moribund. Only Koikos listen to it anymore. There is no life left in it. My people abandoned it long ago. It leads only to neurodegenerative herpes and heroin overdoses. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminese race.
I don't really know who the 70s are. I've recently experienced head trauma.
I can see that.
Yeah.
The Seminese are the South Island race. Haplogroup A4A. The rightful masters of the Insulindian archipelago. We descend from the Areopagites of ancient Pericarnassus and arrived here 4,000 years ago. We are the future. That is all you need to know.
You were born and raised on the islands before you moved to Revachol?
I am a descendant. The narrow streets of Ulembuir are with me in my genetic dreams. I see young Seminese women walk into the grey mass on Ile de Fantôme, waiting on immaculate conception from the pale.
So you did not come from the islands?
No. I have heard about it on the radio.
Okay.
He would be appreciative if you did not further chase this line of inquiry in front of the women.
So you're not really Seminese, you're just from Revachol?
I'm from Couronne. And no, it is not just in Revachol. The city is central to the Seminese strategy. Spreading through its trade networks, our culture will dominate the world. You have heard enough about our phylogenetic secrets for today. You have extinction to come to terms with, and never getting that dead body down from the tree.
Kim, what do you think about this?
I think this racist is better than the last. But the next racist will be the really good one.
How do you know there will be a next racist?
There always is.
Race is reality.
He nods approvingly. Know anything about this mug? I love that we're running around showing this racist mug to everyone.
He does not so much as glance at the object.
Know anything about it?
Stop showing me your pathetic cup. I have no interest in it.
Does he strike you as the kind of man who puts mugs into trash?
I don't know. Why are you not with the Hardy Boys?
I am not the first line of defense. I am the last. In addition, these so-called Hardy Boys are an effeminate clique of bodybuilders. Their company is spiritually degraded.
But you're all part of the union.
The Hardy manlets are on the pay of the company. I answer to the union alone. And I do this out of race heroism. Finance is an alien concept to the Seminoles. Now leave me be. I must luxuriate in the company of my woman.
What are those tattoos of yours supposed to mean?
Racists are generally not very good examples of their race.
He gestures towards the lorryman down the street.
Welcome to Revachol. You hear him yell at a redhead woman visiting the fritter nearby.
I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenologic grid on my skull and features. This should dispel any doubt.
You sure I'm not craniometrically superior to you?
You exhibit forward projection of the jaw, indicative of schizophrenia and sexual inaccountability.
Oh,
From a purely aesthetic standpoint, the dimple in your jaw makes you look like a baby.
oh.
This is not craniometry, just an observation.
What else?
It is impossible to see any more of your bone structure. It is covered in the ravages of Al-Hul. From what remain of your features, I can see fleshy lips, baldness of the head, and long arms relative to lower limbs. This leads me to conclude you are not a police officer. You are a common criminal, an offspring of murderers and sailors from Sur la Clé and Vesper, and possibly even the degenerate sheep herders of Ubi.
Interesting. So one of my ancestors was Sur la Clef and the other Vesper.
Your racial heritage is uninteresting. It is the same as all Revacholians. Your parents and their parents made the decision to reproduce while under the influence of Al-Hul. That is the only reason you are here.
He's right there. It's almost impossible to get it on unless you're both drunk. It's too scary when people are sober.
We still need to get into the harbor.
Yeah.
We need help with the tree situation. There must be another way.
The issue is I don't want to piss fight this guy. Our chance of succeeding the check is actually not too bad. It's 28%, but do you have like advice,
Hello,
Manana?
wandering man. How can I help you?
The measurehead thing didn't go well for me. Could you help me with that somehow?
Sorry. Busy surveying the situation. I'm sure you'll figure something out. You guys have all sorts of gadgets these days. Wiretapping, telescopic batons, futuristic circuit bending to infiltrate harbor machinery. Maybe you could even knock that Kowalson crane over using some remote controls. Or calling in tactical air support. You guys have air support, right?
Wait, we have air support? Why didn't you tell me, Ken?
Because we don't. We
Oh.
don't have air support or any of those other things.
I get it. Hush hush about the secret technology.
He pats the side of his nose with his index finger.
Something changes in his disposition. A merciful smile in the corner of his eye.
All right, I may have some advice for you on how to deal with Jean-Luc there, out of solidarity to the RCM. It's low in technology, however.
Yes?
First, don't fight him, obviously. Second, get him to share his theory by being subordinate. Admit your lack of expertise. Basically, grow them. That's how I do it. You're welcome.
Maybe that would work. We'll have to see.
I mean, we could try. I don't like bending to racist theories, but it means we get past it. Let's do quick save. Just if we end up in a fight.
Your race descent has only worsened.
Manana
since
Sin,
last
okay,
soul. You
72%.
have really let yourself go.
Subscribe to his advanced race series.
Ask what kind of races there are first. Classification is core to this stuff.
Measurehead. I'm new to this world. Help me understand its races. I need to know what kind of different races are there.
Do you?
This is for the thing.
You are obviously a liberal, Sayolite. A polyculturalist. I can see it.
We're
from
just
your
trying
love
to
for
solve the case.
Technology and your sartorial choices. Do not deny your friend the truth you have denied yourself. There are 3 categories of race. Type A, the heroic races. Type B, the servile races. And the vile CF race cauldron of pederasty. Which one do you need education on?
Type A.
Those are the Simonese, the Areopagite, and the Occidentals, excluding the Mao, of course. The Maun are riddled with eczema to the point where they find it impossible to smile. They are all lactose intolerant, a common result of inbreeding. A receding genetic pool has led the Maun on reprehensible street parades in Maun cities like Stadskanal and Fredefort, wearing wooden clogs on their feet and little green tassels on their hats.
Wait, who exactly are the Mao?
You know them by the names of their nation-states. The Oranese, the Gotwaldians, and the Königsteiners. My people simply call them Mao.
Wasn't the woman who also lives in the Whirling and Rags part of the Oranese?
The Maun are proof that you can have too much Occidental racial purity and tassel-centric culture. Inbreeding has led to a lactose-intolerant subrace whom no one can take seriously.
Okay, got it. Who are Type A then, in your view?
The Vespertines and Messenians of Vesper and Messina, the ancient Meteorans of Meteo by the golden Pisantic Sea, the Suren of Sur-la-Clé, and even the North Königsteiners, all have Type A race propensities. The other large Mondial civilization, the Mesk, are too yellow and oleaginous to count as a heroic race. True, they are violent and expansionist, but they have a glandular problem.
He draws his finger across his face.
Overproduction of sebum. Sebum is leaking into their brains, making them listen to El Mariachi music and eat toxic minced meat-based food, which in turn only produces more sebum.
And who are these Semines and Areopagites in this?
As proven by the Mound and the Mask, Occidental Type A is in retrograde. The Semines and the Areopagites...
I don't like any of this.
are
I'm just playing along to get into the harbor. And the Semines are?
the indigenous people of this, the Insulindian archipelago. The Semines inhabit the southern islands. I am Semines, from the stock of Ulmuir on Ile de Fantôme.
And the Areopagites?
The Areopagites are the master race of the Ile Maran deserts. The Semines are descendants of the Areopagites. We came here during a heroic migration from Ile Maran to Ansuland, thousands of years before the lactose-intolerant Maun Occidentals discovered this place.
Wait, didn't Il Maran desert pygmies invent alcohol and get pillaged just a short while ago?
Weren't the Ilmaran pillaged by my people and then Al Ghul happened and all that?
No, those were scimitar-wielding race losers of Zahrafa, Izzet, and Bashir, with their Himmi servants. Big
Oh,
difference.
of
The
course.
Areopagites were fasting and conquering while this happened. You never penetrated the western dunes.
Jean, baby, you're on fire.
The young woman looks adoringly.
I know, babe.
Okay, what's the difference between the Semines and the Areopagites?
The Areopagites are sleek, long-headed. The Semines are powerful, mesomorphic. The former is an immutable progenitor, unchanged since the Super Isola of Pericarnassus. Ancient brains rest in their slender skulls.
He falls silent, contemplating the beauty and the mystery.
The latter is perfected and adapting. Together they form the Semeno-Areopagite, or Simeopagite super race. That is all. There are no more Type A races in the world.
Nature was not capable of more.
Type B?
Type B are the unheroic races, amorphous non-competitors of the great race. The Koikos and the Vacholier, they are mud-colored people.
Mud colored.
To an untrained eye, the Koiko appear white and pinkish, like a ham's witch. But look into their eyes and you will see. They are of an indistinct muddy color, and so is their skin. Unhealthy, sweaty, and ashen. Pinkness is a racial quality that has to be earned through centuries of advanced ballistic warfare and cultural domination that the Grad people have undergone for drinking al ghul and smoking the degenerate tobacco and for eating potato. The Koiko, the countless Micronations
Evil potato.
are all inexplicably obsessed with potat. The only thing they like more is dividing into microscopic ethnostates, like political amoeba.
Wouldn't he be one for ethnostates?
Don't like ethnostates?
They are microscopic. The Semeno-Areopagite superstate will cover the entire remaining planetary crust, uninterrupted. From Holy Semenine to the Boreal Plateau of Katla. Its leaders will be the genetic epitome of the Semenese and Areopagite stock, elected by nature, not the base inner spoilage called demos.
The Vacholiers you mentioned?
The Vacholians, halfway between Type A and the racial Cauldron. Two makes to know right from wrong. You tried your degenerate little revolution, which was the single greatest failure committed by humans in our 82,000-year history on this planet.
Is it 82,000 years that we've been recording history? You have very little idea of what is happening, but that seems a little off.
I'm pretty sure history hasn't lasted that long.
The mysteries of the people of this planet are a tragedy that has played out countless times over, like a fever dream of skin, hair, and bone. Wake up, naive Chespius.
I've heard about this revolution. Mistakes were made, but it was the right stuff. You're wrong about it.
The revolution came to Ravachol from Grad, in Zarath-ridden potato carts. It is literally an illness, a prion disease that leaves the parietal and frontal lobe ridden with holes. A soft, sponge-like mass of dementia, hallucination, and paranoia. The revolution is fatal familial insomnia, a hereditary prion condition passed from the Koiko to the Occidentals. But not sexually. Probably through trade routes and potate acid, the prime component of the potato plant.
Potato acid, yep.
Enough of type mediocrity.
You're not satisfied with the outcome. The vile CDF race cauldron of pedestry, please.
Tips CF are a museum of failed chimeric experiments and tragic maladaptations. They are tortured creatures waiting to be put to sleep. Your morbid interest in them worries me.
Chimeric experiments?
Lesser races like the mosquito, a grotesque mixture of a masked woman and a Seminese man. Only possible if the mother is masked and the father Seminese. The other way around, they fail to produce offspring. The mosquito is born sterile, like a donkey. All they have left is to ride customized motor carriages with hydraulic suspension, listening to aggressive El Mariachi music to vent their impotent despair.
Any more?
Then there is the Simino Koiki Chimera. Are you sure you wish to know of the Simino Koiki Chimera? It is not an aesthetic site.
Yes.
The Koiko, as you know, are very servile, especially when they meet the rich man. Racial scientists have toyed with the idea of crossing the Seminese with the Koiko to produce a super worker of Seminese strength and Grad servility. This will never happen. The Seminese and the Koiko may have similar interbreeding problems as the mosquito. We will never know precisely. No Seminese man could maintain an erection in the suffocating potato stench of a Koiko woman, or Koika.
There is a strange sadness in his tone, a less than heroic melancholy this time.
You seem kind of blue about this, Measure Hat.
The heart that pumps the hemoglobin is mysterious, and so is its dark will. Enough of these personal matters. Have you been educated to all the rasotype now?
So just to reiterate, I hate all of this. I just want to get into the harbor, and I feel like we might be able to expose him as somewhat of a fraud or hypocrite, and if we get the chance, definitely take that.
He does not seem angry, nor does the woman look affected. She just twirls her hair. Perhaps they've been through this and established an accord.
Now that we've been through all the types, do I understand advanced race theory?
You understand nothing. To solve the great race enigma, you have to first ask yourself, what is the race enigma? You have not even worded the mystery, let alone solved it.
Will you help me get that body down if I do?
We will see.
Access to the Union is important for our investigation, but there may be another way in, without becoming a race theoretician.
Am I mildly worried he might take it seriously? The lieutenant thinks. Yes, I am, he concludes. I am worried.
How do I word the mystery?
You need to internalize what you have heard here today, then
see.
return to me. This clarity does not come instantly. I cannot possibly imagine what else we have to discuss, Tibere Vasholian.
I don't think we'll do that, honestly. Because we would have to now level up, unlock another slot, and then return. And then we would have to wait and until it's unlocked, and then we may be able to actually get there. I just want to check what type of check it is that we have to pass to jump down to the code. I think that is the other way into the harbor. Just we didn't dare to jump. Maybe I need to smoke, maybe that'll help. We also still have to talk to the smoker dude in the evening. Once it's late. I probably should also talk to the Wild Pines lady again, but I kind of wanted to see if I can find out more about the drug smuggling before we go back. And I had hoped that we might find out more once we get into the harbor. Yeah, on. There we go. Yeah, there's nothing else I can interact with, it seems. Just the code.
A tarpaulin cloak with possible RCM markings.
Let me quickly see. We have our map here. Mirror. Brick wall, cafeteria window, map wall, barbell, policeman clothes, savoir faire. Okay. We have some clothes. Oh. There's minor savoir faire. Also minus. Okay, nothing here. Intellect, half -1. I don't think that will help. We smoke one. Psyche +1. Do I... Oh, these actually have minus savoir faire. Let's take off the shoes. Can I try it again?
A tarpaulin cloak with possible...
Huh. When we're running around without them. May have to take them up once we are in a position where we can try it again. Definitely makes things a little bit difficult, I have to say. So let's think. What? Maybe we have to go over the task that we have. Maybe we'll find something else. There's definitely plenty to do. I could just talk to the Wild Pines lady again. She probably has some new information. So let's talk to Cuno again. Now that we talked to Call Me Manana, I don't think he will have much more to say, but maybe he has something to say. Probably something rude. Alright, I think this is a good time to take a break though, and then next time we will see where our investigation leads us. We need to get into the harbor somehow, so we'll figure something out. Thank you all for watching today's episode. If you enjoyed it, please give the video a like, maybe consider subscribing to the channel, share the video with friends, family, and the people on the internet. That all helps me out a whole bunch and will bring you more content in the future. I will be back with more Disco Elysium, the final cut, tomorrow. Until then, have a great time.